Games that allow players to deal with their adversaries in a bevy of different ways are great. Games that allow players to do that in large open environments, even better. Today we will be looking at the cream of the crop when it comes to open world stealth experiences. Please note that this list is an unordered one, so the order in which these games are ranked has nothing to do with their respective quality. Also, for the sake of uniqueness, we've limited entries to one per franchise. With that out of the way, let's begin. Dishonored 2. Dishonored 2 takes all the foundation that Arcane established with the original and knocks all of its strengths up to 11. The city of Karnaca is built with immaculate attention to detail and houses multiple levels of elevation and endless opportunities to make the most out of Corvo and Emily's powers, to stealthily take down foes in both high and low honor fashion. Dishonored 2 isn't technically an open world experience, but the sheer amount of content present in each level makes it comparable to an open world with a ton of side activities. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Kojima's swan song, Metal Gear Solid 5, is considered by many to be the highlight of the series, and it isn't hard to understand why. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain's open-world environments are bustling playgrounds of possibilities that challenge the player to think outside of the box and bend its many systems to their will. Additionally, the sandbox will also react to the player's actions by changing enemy armor and equipping them with night vision goggles so as to keep them from reusing the same strategies over and over again. Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. While Deus Ex: Mankind Divided might not feature an open world that stretches over a dozen virtual miles, its rendition of a dystopian Prague is certainly immaculately detailed and filled with a ton of secrets to find and quests to tackle. Much like prior entries in the franchise, protagonist Adam Jensen has a wide array of tools at his disposal that he can use in many different ways. You can go in guns blazing, or you can resort to the vents and rooftops to ghost your way to the objective, or anything in between. Watch Dogs 2. Ubisoft delivered a great open-world stealth game in the form of 2016's Watch Dogs. The densely packed streets and neighborhoods of San Francisco offer limitless possibilities when it comes to sneaking around restricted areas. You can clamber up rooftops, remotely control drones, and make use of non-lethal weaponry as you try to take down the intrusive CTOS 2.0. Furthermore, the open world is filled to the brim with side activities to pursue, and even though they largely follow the same design templates as Ubisoft's other open worlds, they are a worthy distraction to the sprawling, sneaking missions for the critical path. Sniper Elite 5. Rebellion's latest entry in the long-running franchise might just be the very best incarnation of Sniper Elite to date. Set against the backdrop of 1944 France, Sniper Elite 5 places players at the center of uncovering the mysterious Project Kraken. With an expanded moveset and major improvements to the combat system, Sniper Elite 5 feels so much more polished than its predecessors. Sure, it might not feature a proper open world, but its maps are both large in scale and scope, and they can be termed as open world-esque. Batman: Arkham Knight. While Batman: Arkham City and Batman: Arkham Knight are both great games in their own right, we're going with the latter for this feature. And that's because Arkham Knight looks better, plays better, and has a superior selection of open-world activities, such as tracking down many iconic villains from Batman's Rogues Gallery and partaking in Riddler's many challenges spread throughout the gargantuan map. And that's all on top of the supremely satisfying and highly dynamic stealth gameplay that's signature to the series. Middle-earth: Shadow of War. Middle-earth: Shadow of War might not have started life on the right foot with all the controversy surrounding its loot boxes, but now that those problems have been largely addressed, it's clear that it improves on Shadow of Earth in every single way. Players have more options to choose from when it comes to stealth, and the game's Nemesis system also keeps creating memorable stories and procedurally generated orcs to prevent the gameplay from ever getting stale. Ghost of Tsushima. Sure, Ghost of Tsushima might not hold a candle to the robust stealth mechanics of other games on this list, but it more than makes up for it with the serene beauty of the island of Tsushima. Stealth might not be the focus in Ghost of Tsushima, but players can smartly exploit the AI to thin the herd before swords start to clash further on. Far Cry 3. Far Cry 3 is still considered by most fans to be the best in the series, and it's not at all hard to see why. Unlike prior entries in the series, Far Cry 3 urges players to scour the field and find out ways to take down enemies silently using a wide variety of takedown tactics. The game then builds upon this with plenty of open-ended levels on the critical path and a multitude of camps to liberate whilst out and about in the Rook Islands. And who can forget the unforgettable villain that is Voss and his antics of insanity? The Saboteur. Developer Pandemic Studios' swan song title, The Saboteur, thrusts players into Nazi-occupied France and lets them loose with tons of tools to overthrow the opposition. While the game is largely based on action, The Saboteur also allows players to sneak through enemy encampments using disguises, distractions, and whatnot. While it's not as polished or robust as many contemporaries, it's a fun novelty that rarely gets stale for the vast majority of its runtime. Ghost Recon Wildlands. The Ghost Recon series had always been about carrying out tactical operations in tightly constructed levels until Ghost Recon Wildlands hit the scene in 2017. While it might not live up to the hype that its pre-release trailers and marketing suggested, coordinating with a group of friends as you try to chart the path of least resistance to your objective is really fun, more so with the large environments that the game boasts. Metro Exodus. 4A Games' latest entry in the long-running post-apocalyptic franchise is easily the best one to date, thanks to an eventful open world that never runs out of interesting activities. However, unlike most games on this list, the choice to take the stealth route in Metro Exodus comes from the sheer scarcity of resources, which is fitting considering that it is set in a post-apocalypse after all. Horizon Forbidden West. Guerrilla Games delivered an excellent sequel in the form of Horizon Forbidden West, which is saying something since Zero Dawn is easily one of the best open worlds of the last generation. An improved climbing system, better stealth options, and even deadlier machines and enemies are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to improvements that Forbidden West brings when compared to Zero Dawn. Plus, it's all presented with astounding visuals and great attention to detail. Hitman 2. Sure, Hitman 2 might not be a proper open world per se, but its maps are so large and packed with so many interesting assassinations to try out and secrets to find that one cannot help but compare the sheer breadth of its content with a fully explorable open world. The reason we picked Hitman 2 is simply that its offerings of maps are the best in the series, and fans can also port levels from Hitman 1 as well to add even more content to this already content-rich experience. Assassin's Creed Unity. The Assassin's Creed series of games is home to a number of excellent open-world experiences, although most would agree that Unity stands tall as one of the best, stealth-oriented Assassin's Creed games to date. Sure, the game suffered from a rocky launch, but now that its technical inefficiencies have been sorted out, fans can truly appreciate all that Unity did right. The densely packed and visually striking environments of the 18th century palace houses a wide array of techniques and opportunities to silently take down foes, and the fluid animation-driven parkour system is easily the best in the series. Furthermore, the game's key assassination missions build on top of these mechanics by constructing open-ended missions with plenty of ways to go about taking down your targets. That's all for now. If you enjoy what you saw, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, now is a great time to subscribe. We upload brand new videos every single day. After subscribing, don't forget to enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time, right here on Gaming Bolt.